Hey, it's me, Dave Teevan-Teller, with how to put line on a spinning reel. Alright, so you only need three things really for putting your line onto your reel. You need the line itself, you need your reel, and you need a scissors to cut the line real tight when you get the line onto your reel. The first step is actually finding what line you should put on. Find out what's recommended, and that's what you want to put on your reel, because if you get a line that's thicker, you won't have enough room on your reel for the amount of line that you should put on. Before you put any line on, please open up your spinning reel. It has to be open. Alright, the line that I have is a new line, and on these they have this little tape, if you will. We're going to use that later, and I'm going to do what's called an overhand knot. The simplest knot that you could ever think of, and we're going to do it twice. Alright, I have pretty thin line. This is 4-pound test. This might be hard to see, but an overhand knot is just exactly how you think of it. You're just making like the littlest kid's knot you could ever think of. You know how you just loop it once through, and then you tighten it down around your reel. And then you do that twice. So I've got it once. Once it'll slide and it'll come undone. We don't want that. We want it twice. So there's once. Then twice. Do you notice how much line I have? I have this, what's called a tag end. So this is where we have to get a scissors. Alright, see, that's about as close as I can get. And I'm going to snip it. There you go. Can you see how there's still a little tag there? There's a little bit sticking out. Now I could try and get closer. If I had a nail clippers, I could get closer, but let's remember that sticker. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a very small piece of the sticker off. And then I'm going to actually put it on my line. Are you seeing how I'm keeping that tag end down? Now I've got my line on, right? So I'm going to close the bail now. So now the bail's closed and I can reel in line. I have to actually hold it right here, and I want to be directly above where my line comes off. Now line has memory, and if you reel in with this facing up, you're going to spool your line on your reel the same direction as it is on here. So the memory will be the same. I'm going to hold it between my fingers as I reel so you get some tension. You don't want to reel it and you get all this loose. You want it to have some tension. Now watch right here. This is where my sticker was, and what's going to happen is line's going to fill right there. Now I'm going to reel and fill my spool up. I don't want to reel super fast. If you reel super fast, then it can cause some loops to get in there sometimes. I want to reel at a steady, even pace, and then it'll fill my spool without getting any tangles or loops. Alright? Keep that even pressure, and if you notice, my thumb and finger are right above the line. That makes it come off of this without skipping. Watch, if I go way over here, we don't want that. We want to keep your hands right above where the line is coming off of, and that makes it come onto your reel way easier. Alright, I'm going to stop right now. If you can see, you don't want to over spool your line. You want to have some space between the edge of your spool and where your line is. So here's my line, right? I'm going to cut it, so we're done with it. Remember my sticker? I didn't cut the whole thing off because I still want to use it. So I'm going to put the sticker right back on, and now my line will stay there, and I'll have some for the next time I want to re-spool my line. The next thing is, and this is the last step, I have to run my line through the eyes of my rod. What's going to happen is I'm going to have to open up the bail. It helps if you don't have fat fingers like me. Now remember, when you're done, right here, you see, I got to close the bail. Are you set up? Are you ready to go? Now get out there and catch some fish.